So today I'm going to be doing a mini love reading. So we're using the Dark Tarot deck. It's one of my favorites. And so we have one card here is going to be, what do they think of you? 2, why am I drawn to them? And 3, the outcome of a relationship. I am the Lily Star and I am here to help, and let's get started. Number 1, I have drawn this card. If you need to screenshot it, you can. Oh, I just love this imagery. This is number 1. Oh my God, I did it again. Drew the first, with the Falnama deck, I drew the number 1 card as my first card as I was doing it. I did shuffle the deck. Ace of Wands. You can't make this stuff up. Asso di Bastoni. And we have this imagery right here of this woman with horns on her head. It's not just horns, she has a whole skull on her head. And what I mean by, again, is in the Falnama deck, I drew 1, and so obviously it's a different deck, but I drew the first card, the number 1 card. That was time in that one. This is the Ace of Wands in this one. This is the dark, I'm using the Dark Tarot deck, and this is the imagery. This is, wow, this is great. This is a woman with blood coming out of her mouth. She's eaten something, maybe, and she has a whole skull in her head. I don't even know what creature this is. It has horns like a ram and really long canines. Maybe, I don't know what it is, a dragon. This looks like one of these things. It's a skeleton. And it looks like one of these things, these creatures that I've heard about, these tiny little creatures. They say it might be aliens or some kind of creature that was on the earth before, or little dragons or something. She's wearing it like a pendant or something. The arms are stretched out over her chest. And a beautiful girl with light coming down from her head, from the heavens down, a light beam coming down. And she's got all these skulls around her with blonde hair, and she does have blue eyes. Wow, that's very enigmatic. All right, people, we cannot make this up. For position 1, what they think of you, the universe is screaming at us. The number 1 has chased us into the reading. I pulled the Ace of Wands from the dark deck, and the imagery is intense. There is a beautiful woman with light pouring from the heavens into her crown, but blood is escaping from her lips, and she's crowned by this horned creature. And so what does this mean for the person you are inquiring about? They view you as an absolute force of nature. They just don't think you're attractive. They are intimidated by the sheer potency of your energy. So neurologically, you fire off circuits in their brain that trigger their deepest, most primal instincts. You represent a divine paradox in them. You bring the light of the heavens, but your presence forces them to face their own internal shadows, their own skulls, their own buried truths. They look at you and think, this person has the power to wake me up or completely ruin the version of myself I've spent years building. So you're a catalyst. So this creature right here, this skull ram creature, and we know horns symbolize the devil. I don't want to say it like that, but that's kind of what it symbolizes. And so in tarot, it can represent the primitive brain. The amygdala, the instinctual, the primal drive is not necessarily evil. It's just like the primal drive. So your person feels this intense, almost animalistic, unexplainable primal attraction to you. And also this creature right here that I've seen so many times before, like in those ancient aliens movies. I'm sorry, documentaries. I'm sure they're real, right? Documentaries. And it's connected to the Agni, or the god of fire, or the solar plexus, if you turn and think of it as chakra. So this is raw, unadulterated willpower and sexual creative energy. And it signifies more of ancient cellular recognition, more so than the brain power that we use these days. So it's not just a casual crush, it's a catalyst. In the 2 position, wow, I may have to censor that a little bit for YouTube, but we have the 8 of Pentacles right here. So we have 2 figures here. We have the, well, no, that's a pillar. I thought it was a figure at first. And then there's this serpent, that's a fierce serpent that's kind of snaked around this pillar, and on the pillar is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the pentagram star insignia on it. And kneeling by the side is this lady with her back toward us, and her bum is out. That's why I had to say I might have to censor it. And she's turned, you can see her profile. She's got her left arm lifted up to the pillar, her right arm down, touching the snake. and they're on this precipice with lightning coming out from the skies with this red sky. They're on a cliff. Wow, that's really unsettling. Bad girl energy. I like it. This card did come out reversed, and it is the Eight of Pentacles. We have this exposed from posture on a precipice. So neurologically, this represents the thin line between fear and arousal and excitement. So when we're attracted to a connection, it feels slightly dangerous or unstable. Standing on this cliff for these red skies. Our brains flood with dopamine and neuroepinephrine. So you're drawn because this mimics a thrill. Now the back turn, this is the ultimate symbol of the shadow self. So the figure, this girl is looking back over her shoulder, exposing what is normally hidden. So you're drawn to this connection because it's a safe space to unlock your inner bad girl or bad boy. So this is untamed, unapologetic, and fiercely independent. Now this serpent we have snaking around the pillar, this is pure Kundalini energy, if you're familiar with the Kundalini energy, and its absolute baseline. So this is like the Primal Shakti, if we're going to go deeper into the Indian mysticism, and coiled around the spine. And so the fact that the right hand is touching the serpent shows that the collective is trying to master or touch your own dormant energy. So this is a massive spiritual test of desire and boundaries. And then we have this 5-pointed star, the pentagram. So 5 represents change always. 5, even though this is the 8, but in this situation represents disruption and the human experience, like the 5 senses. And so this connection isn't exactly smooth. The connection that you're drawn to isn't smooth.